welcome to the first video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best Italian carbonara like an Italian with an Italian. Without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, for this you are going to need 100 grams of spaghetti per person. I'm using 500 grams because I want leftovers. You are going to need 4 eggs. You need 3 yolks and 1 whole. You need pecorino romano or parmigiano reggiano. I'm using parmesan because that's all I could get. And you are going to need guanciale or pancetta. Guanciale is sold by any local butcher, or it should be. And that is 200 grams, so I'll probably be using about 1.5 of these. You're also going to need some pepper, which I'll have just there. You're going to need some pepper, because carbonara translates to of the coal. So guys, you are going to need a medium low heat. Just so that you are able to slowly, gently cook the guanciale or pancetta, whichever you're using. So let that warm up a bit and we'll come back to that it should be ready in about 3 to 5 minutes. So now that it's warmed up, I'm going to go straight in with the pancetta. I don't care what anyone says, you don't need any oil or anything in this, because you're going to have, if I could get into this, you don't need oil because there's going to be the rendered fat from the pancetta. Move that out of the way. And there you go, you can hear that sizzling. So, it's a sign that it's cooked. Well, cooking. And I'm not really prepared for this because I haven't got the spatula out, which was a bit silly. But, you know, we'll do that in a second. So, in with the pancetta. Now, carbonara takes a lot of stirring, so once I've put all this in, I think I've used a bit much, oh well. Once you've put your pancetta in, stir immediately, just so that it's not all clumping together, the fat's not going to stick together, and it's going to cook evenly. That's what I'll do. Spatula. So get a good stir on this, and it should take about 5 minutes until it's crispy, and then that's when you know that it's almost done. But the real time to know when it's done is when it's nice golden brown. And there's something that you can do to test if it's good. I like to call it quality control. So, keep stirring and we'll come back to it when it's cooked. As you can see guys, we're almost there. You can hear the fat popping, keep spitting a bit, but it's crisping up a bit, as you can see by the piece on the right. You want to make sure it's in the middle because that's where all the heat is, and don't throw away the fat because we're going to need that later. So that should be done in 2 minutes. So guys, as you can see, this is now crispy. We're going to put this in a bowl. If you have a straining spoon, use it. If not, maybe pour it into maybe a colander or something to make sure you're draining the fat as much as you can, because we need the fat to cook as an oil later. So guys, now that you have this wonderful bowl of pancetta or guanciale, depends which one you've used, what we're going to do now is what I like to call quality control. Second best part of cooking. You're going to need a nice crispy bit. Something like, oh sorry, that. And if it's crispy on the outside and it's got a bit of a chew to it, that's the perfect consistency, sorry about that. So we are now going to move on to adding the water and boiling the pasta. No, not boiling the pasta, cooking the pasta, sorry. So, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this water to the boil, and then once it's boiling we're going to add not a full tablespoon, but just half a tablespoon of rock salt or sea salt, either one, but don't add any more or else your pasta will be too salty. And as much as people say salted like the sea, that's not right, because like I said, your pasta will be way too salty and you won't like it. Now you're going to want to add your half a tablespoon of salt. It can be rock or sea. I think we're running a bit low. Should be just enough. So, I accidentally off camera did the other two. I forgot to film. This is the 4 eggs. So, number 3. Just move them out of the way for now. You want to separate the yolk from the white. At first it should drain a lot. This one's really thick for some reason. The white is being as stubborn as anything. God. Doesn't want to run off. Oops. Come on. There we go. And then you just want to keep doing that from shell to shell, and I think that is drained. Yep. Probably is. Add that in. And then this, the egg whites you can use for something else. You can make meringues, you can make Amaretti. I'll link Vincenzo's plate's recipe to Amaretti in the description. So if you want to make that, go ahead, your choice. Now we're going to do the full egg. This is the simplest part ever. You just get your egg. Here's my bowl. I've used the glass one so that you can see. There we go. And crack. In it goes. That's my rubbish. Move these over there. Rinse my hands off. And thing. So you want to mix in your parmigiano or your pecorino in with the eggs, and whilst we're doing this, we want to go crazy with that pepper. Because like I said earlier, carbonara translates to something about coal.
Bruh.
So keep mixing, and over time it's going to get thicker. So keep adding your pepper. Gives a really good flavour. You're going to want to add a lot of pepper. Probably about that much with what we've got before. So mix until it's all thick and the peppercorns are well and truly mixed. So probably about now. Once the water is boiling and salted, you are going to add your spaghetti. Make sure to do it upright and never ever snap it, or else you're going to end up on that top slowly. Your packet should say something about, maybe on the back, it'll say how long it takes to become al dente, which is soft and firm but chewy, sorry. My packet says 10 minutes. It's probably been in for about 5 now. Just want to have it on maybe a medium heat, just to make sure it's not boiling, but it's not too cold. So we'll come back to this once it's ready. Now that the pasta's been cooking for a bit, you're going to test it. So get a good couple pieces of pasta, and when you chew it, like I said earlier, it should be firm and chewy, which it is. So, So now you want to take a bit of your pasta water, maybe just the bottom of the ladle, and add it into your egg and parmesan mix. Keep it mixing, because this is going to soften it up a little, and rather than having it as thick as, say, scrambled eggs that are a tiny bit too runny, you want it to be more like a runny, eggy, cheesy mixture. So if we keep mixing it, it should become slightly thinner, but still have a thick-ish consistency. Just make sure it's mixed. I'd probably say that's mixed. So now that it's like that, we are gonna start on the next step. You're gonna want to take a mug of pasta water for later, because you're gonna need it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to transfer the pasta into the pan from earlier, because the fat that we got from the pancetta is going to be the base of, well, it's pretty much going to be important is what I'm trying to say. You want to add all your pasta, and once you've transferred it all, which I'll have done in a second, just put you back. There's a lot of pasta here. I'm going to come back to this once I've transferred it all, because it's going to take me a bit of time. So, whilst you're stirring your pan with the fat from earlier, you want to add just a drop, tiny bit more, of your pasta water. Mix that in, just to make sure your pasta isn't sticking together and it's all getting mixed evenly.
Add your egg mix
To the pasta. Add that in. And once you've added it in, you're going to go in with your lovely pancetta. Get it all in there. Okay, right. Done that. Now, we need to stir. So, you want to serve up. I reckon this is going to be a bigger one. There we go. I'm not going to add that bit. And
bruh.
There you have it. Your lovely pasta alla carbonara. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and hit that bell icon. See you in the next one.